Yes, good evening. Good evening, wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom, friends of Biafra, those who our thoughts are in their hearts, and those who wish the people of Biafra well. Welcome to today's program, the program which I titled The Truth on Bahab Television. Today we will be dwelling on some pertinent matters which borders on self-determination procedure as supported by the United Nations. Over time, our people have been asking what can be done, what is needed to be done for us as a people to engage this self-determination matter which we've been discussing, agitating, and fighting for all these years. It is very simple. Today we will be analyzing, we will be looking at what it takes and what it will take for the independent sovereign state of Biafra to be restored. Yes, in the past years, so many pro-independence groups have emerged in their bid to extricate us from the dungeon, from the abomination called Nigeria. A whole lot of procedures, processes, a whole lot of their own thoughts has been put into it, but yet it seems there is no way out. It seems it is not yielding fruit. Therefore, our people are confused at this point in time. They are asking, what can be done? What is needed to be done for our people to be free from the abomination called Nigeria? We've come here today. Please, if you are just joining this platform, as I said, this is the truth. If you are a lover of truth, if you understand what truth does, that it heals the heart, the soul, and the mind, then this is a platform for you. But if you hate truth, please do not tune in. This is a platform where we say nothing but truth because we understand that only truth and truth alone can set us free. At this point in time, if you do not appreciate truth in the cause that this cause we are fighting for, then we'll begin to rig my row and run around 360 degrees without a way forward. So many pro-independent groups have come on board, right from 1999 Maso up to date. So many churns out on daily basis, but without very well articulating the processes to get this freedom. It is high time we discuss and ask ourselves as a people, all that we've been doing in the past years, all that we've been doing in the past years, where has it gotten us to? Should we continue that same platform, that same road, and that leads to nowhere? That is why we have come today to discuss as a people and interact for us to learn or understand what it will take to restore Biafra. Dilly-dally, gun running, destructions of properties and lives at this point in time can never give us freedom. It can never, ever give us freedom. Hence, we must understand that there are something we've not been able to do as lay down the processes as enshrined in the United Nations Charter Rights of Indigenous People 2007. And I believe a case in sight that is present, not even the past, it is the case of Ukraine and Russia today. If we think we will continue to bask in the euphoria that we have what it takes to do and undo, annihilate or cause war, the case of Ukraine should teach us something. Here we have come to discuss what concerns us as a people, the way forward as to self-determination for the independent states of Biafra. That is what we've come here to discuss. If you are joining us for the first time, please, this is Biafra Television. This program is The Truth. I am your anchor person. My name is Christian Wosu. Welcome, please, as you join us, I will appeal to your conscience, endeavor to share this broadcast so that it will get far and wide to those of us who may have interest to listen. Please continue to share it far and wide. Share it and follow our YouTube page, subscribe to our YouTube page, and also follow our Facebook page. Please, we beg of you, because it has come to the point where our people are frustrated. It has come to the point where our people no longer understand their left from right as to when it concerns freedom of our people. We continue to truncate from here and there. One man or one woman just rise up from nowhere, they tell us it is freedom. And then all of us, because of what we've sacrificed in one way or the other, from 1967 to date, we are so passionate as a people. Not our fault of us, but it is because of the damnation called Nigeria, how we have been treated in Nigeria today. Hence, the need and the urgency indeed for us to extricate ourselves from that country. Nigeria, it is not for you. Nigeria is not for your children. Neither Nigeria for your four children. It is high time that we team together as a people and do the needful. The needful in that light should be what should be done to restore freedom. What should be done for us to determine ourselves, our own land, and take care of ourselves. That is what is lacking at this point in time. Enough is enough where one man or one woman comes up and tell us they know it all. No, today we will be discussing, looking into the provisions of the United Nations as it concerns sovereignty, as it concerns self-determination of indigenous nations or indigenous people. Welcome once more. This is Biafra Television, and if you are just joining us, please, today we are going to discuss as a people. It's going to be an all-interactive program where you, the listeners, will have the opportunity also to call in into this program, and we interact. Let's discuss and know what we are doing, if we are on the right path or on the wrong path. From BIM Masop to BZM, from BZM to Biafra National Council, from Biafra National Council to IPOB, from IPOB to Biafra Nations, from Biafra Nations, today we have the de facto government of Biafra. All saying one song, yes, it is for the independent states, sovereignty, self-determination of our people. But the problem here lies or is, I think, personally, I think we have not been following it up the way it's supposed to be. Possibly, we've been mixing up so much, and then we are not getting it, hence no results. Rather, we get our people killed on a daily basis. We bring forth our youths to the streets, and then they get massacred by the Nigerian state. Today, we've come to discuss what is needed to be done, what is expected of us as a people, and what is expected of the world as it concerns the conscience of Biafra. Biafra is the conscience that pricks the world even as much as they deny it, and think it is something that every kid, as far as you are up to 18 years and above, all over the world, can make sense and appreciate. Biafra is due a time to become independent. It is due a time the United Kingdom population is not up to Biafra. And some other European countries are not up to Biafra. Then what is keeping us? It seems it is we, the people, have not been able to jig ourselves up to know what we are supposed to do and begin to follow it meticulously to get results. Once more, this is The Truth on Biafra Television. We will be looking at self-determination procedure as supported by United Nations. And the time will come when you will call in into the program. As I said, it's going to be an all interactive program where you, the listeners, will call in, and you may wish to note down this telephone, but please, the line is not yet open. You may wish to note down this call-in line, telephone line via WhatsApp. You can call in via WhatsApp with the number, using the number +44 7448 818829. I repeat, +44 7448 818829. This is the number to call in, and your contribution will be heard. The time when the line will be open, we will call in. We will call our people in. As you call in, your call will be taken, and then you can express yourself. Now we go straight to business. Let's get talking, people. From 1999, when Masop came on board, yes, we understand the precarious situation before Chief Ralph Uwazirike, may God bless him, took the mantle and the responsibility at that point in time to bring back the discourse of Biafra after 1967 to 70 war. It seems we were capitulated. It seems our people were cowed into cowardice. Not to even mention Biafra, this man stood up from nowhere and was counted. Yes, he has done his bit, but it seems there is no result because we are still not yet free. Because our self-determination for our people is still hanging in the balance. Now, here comes IPOB. So many of us gathered around IPOB. We formed IPOB, and it seems it is not yielding fruit. All we could get from IPOB today is wanton killings and destruction of properties and lives of our people. And here we are, still no headsway. Biafra self-determination hitting the rocks. We have another group, which is the Biafra National Council, a coalition of groups. They came under to put up something also, which they have been doing fine with their own rights. But it seems what they've been able to do has not yielded fruit. Now we have the de facto government headed by Alhaji Mujahid Buasari. On that part, Alhaji as an individual has been able to do much he can do. But it seems also the result is not forthcoming. Then we ask ourselves, what is the problem? Have we not been able to conscientize our people enough? What is lacking? Have we been lacking behind in reaching out to the world to negotiate? Will negotiation give us Biafra? Or will gun battle, war, give us Biafra? This is the question we must ask ourselves if we so wish to continue, if we so wish to restore our motherland, Biafra. Nigeria is not for you, it is neither for me nor for our generation yet unborn. Nigeria can never be well for our people, even if you look at the contraption called Nigeria today as they prepare to go into election 2023 to select or elect and pick a leader, so to say, in the name of president. You can imagine what the political parties are doing to Igbo. You can imagine how they relegate us to nobody, even when it is obvious that at this point in time it makes sense and spiritually inclined that our people at least be given that opportunity to oversee the mantle of that damnation country called Nigeria, to see if they can amend what has already destabilized. But yet we are being relegated to the dustbin as if we are nobody. And so much of injustices meted against our people. Our land that the Ogonis and the Ikweres and the Ogojas have been decimated by way of crude oil exploration. We live perpetually in poverty. Our people has nowhere to get succor. Yet we are being condemned. We are being shot. We are being killed. We are being denied even to the list of what it takes to be human. Here we are today to discuss what is militating against the self-determination pursuit of the Biafran nation. To me, I think we have a problem, and I will highlight some of our problems or challenges I see. One, not being united on a common front to pursue this cause. Biafra, no known group or known tribe that constitutes the Biafran nation can get Biafra alone. Never. Be you Igbo, Ijoy, Shekiri, be you Anang, Ibibio, and all whatnot. You can never get Biafra individually. You can never pursue and be heard, whatever shape or form you call it, as far as it concerns self-determination of our people. But when we unite, I believe we are going to get the work done. When we speak in one voice, in one tune, we are going to get the work done. Yes, of course, there is no way 100% everyone will flock on the same page, but at least those that matters and those who are elites, elders in their own rights from these constituent tribes or indigenous nations that summed up Biafra, they must begin to see the need why they must come together. They must begin to see the need why we must speak in one voice and fight and look after one another to get our self-determination. If we do not do this, Biafra will be a mirage. Give it 100 years, it will fade away. Not just even 100 years, give it more 20 years. It will die off just the way it died in 1967, after 1970 war. Then we must ask ourselves, what have we not been doing right? Are we supposed at this point in time to begin to see how we negotiate with the foreign bodies, foreign countries, nations, independent nations? Have we been able to do that? Tell me any group that has been able to do that. None. Have we been able to conscientize our people to the need as to the urgency to restore Biafra? Yes, we've been able to do that. Then, what is the problem? Do we think that guns and bullets will restore Biafra for us? Capital no. No matter how much we destroy our land, this is self-injury, inflicting injuries. No matter how much we close the shops in our communities or our land, Biafra can never come. Civil disobedience can never give you Biafra. Take it to the bank. At least not in the contamination called Nigeria. This is a country that has no soul. This is a country that never wants the benefit or the good of our own people. So the more you close your shops, the more you force our people to sit at home, the more you continue to kill our people, the more you continue to massacre, maim, destroy properties, Biafra can never come. You can never be listened to. You can never be listened to. Until we understand one thing, we must play the international politics needed for it. We must consult countries that needed to be consulted. If we fail to do all this, Biafra can never come. A case in sight is that of Ukraine. As powerful as Ukraine is today, can you see what is happening to them? Those whom they claim they relied upon today are forsaking them. It is on your turn to Israel. So Biafra, if you think we will get Biafra by war, guns and bullets, you are only dreaming. They're dreaming, in fact. Biafra can never be restored even when you kill yourselves. Not to talk of the enemies. We must understand that freedom has methodologies. Self-determination has methodologies. There are some of us who believe it is when you forsake the constitution of Nigeria, then Biafra will come. To me, I do not see that as part of civil disobedience. But I do not see that as something that can give us Biafra. But if we are ready, any group that is ready to champion the cause of negotiating with the international communities, international nations of the world, what would do to them and what would do to us, that is the only channel I believe Biafra will come. If you check the United Nations Charter Rights of Indigenous People, yes, of course. You cannot solely rely on that too. Because they call it United Nations, but of course, how many countries is indeed united in the United Nations? But we must understand one thing. It is a blueprint that has been programmed or given for every indigenous nations who seek to become sovereign must follow. You have rights to self-determination. Biafran people has their rights to self-determination. But how much you are following that self-determination right, engaging where needs to be engaged, that is what will make the difference for you. That is what is going to make the difference for us. We must understand too, the politics of the world is always give and take. In as much as we negotiate with the world, we must also tell them what they stand to benefit if they are to support Biafra. That is the word for today. No matter how we say it, no matter how you think the politics is played, it is a give and take politics. Nobody bothers or nobody cares even when you are killing your millions. Ask the Jews. Nobody bothers or cares if you are killing your thousands. A case in sight is that of Ukraine, Syria, and others. Yes, you may say South Sudan fought their way out, but it was consistent. It is two ways to get Biafra. Either you engage the enemy in war, and it must be offensive, not defensive war per se. Or you engage the principle of consultation and negotiations with international bodies. International nations must be involved. So anybody who tells you, who mobilizes our youth to the streets and tell them that you close shops, you destroy businesses and marketplaces, you destroy properties and lives, maim and kill, then Biafra will come. That is capital lie. Ask that person to bring his children and younger ones or relatives to the forefront for it. There is no gainsaying telling us that if you fight in the manner which we are doing today, destroying our land, that Biafra will come. That is force from the pit of hell. A big force from the pit of hell. In 1967, that was part of the mistake our late leader made, D. Modibewuju. He closed the window for negotiation from the international communities, those who matters to help. Aside some few African countries who supported us by way of, do I say, conscience and what's it called again? Pity. But those who matters in the world, they came for how to negotiate. What would do to them? But what did we do? We threw away that opportunity. Here we are today. What will be the benefit for us? Biafran people must understand that there is something you do before you get results. Biafra people must understand, and I want to charge the de facto government today. Nothing seems to be happening from there, apart from individual effort of the chairperson of the de facto government. When we speak big English and then it ends overnight. Nobody puts any word into action. And you think Biafra will come? We must understand also that in playing this politics, a lot is involved. If we so decide tomorrow and we are prepared, but I think at this point in time, we cannot afford to do that, to engage into war, engage Nigeria in war at this point in time. If for any other reason, Ukraine has given us is an eye-opener for every one of us. Those who think that war will come, and when war comes, Nigeria will divide, it is not true. Because even your political elites, even those who call themselves the owners of Nigeria are interested in that crude oil. For the fact they still continue to make us dry, to make our natural resources. If you like, kill yourselves, they are not bothered. And Biafra will not come. If you like, kill yourself in your millions. As far as that crude oil is continuously milked Biafra, those who call themselves your political leaders or elites, and even those who claim they are the owners of Nigeria, Biafra will not come. They are not interested. They are not interested. So what is the need? What is the benefit of your sit at home? What is the benefit of your wanton killings and destructions of properties and lives? Today our land has turned into something else. And they tell you that is the way Biafra will come. That is not true. Biafra can never come as much as we continue to inflict ourselves with injuries and we claim we are affecting Nigeria. We must be ready to put people into the streets. We must be ready to push our people, those who have the gifts and the charisma to negotiate with countries. It is only on negotiation Biafra can come, even to the Nigerian states. If you fail to negotiate, what has before Ukraine today will be for Biafra. And even worse, because you are black. As much as Ukraine thought that the NATO or whoever politics in the European Union will be of their support, even America, today, what is happening to Ukraine is not an eye-opener for you. Of course, they are giving them some weapons to fight because they are, in quotes, Europeans. But who sends you a black man, not to talk a Biafran man, who is hated all over the world because of God's gift upon your life? If you continue to self-inflict yourselves injury in Biafra land, i.e. Ali, Biafra can never come. Sit at home from here till 100 years' time, Biafra can never come. Civil disobedience do not work in the world of today because the world of today has no soul and conscience. You must be ready to engage. Engage. Either you are going full-fledged war, which we do not have the capacity at this point in time. Then we must rely on engaging the world, negotiating with the world on way forward. We must rely on negotiating, discussing. This is business, pure business. That is what it is. If you want me to support you, what will be my profit or benefit? If we have not been able to do this, any pro-independence group that has not been able to do this or not looking in the right direction to do this, you are wasting your time. And you continue to bring our youth to the streets, they'll be killed in their numbers again. You render mothers childless, you render children fatherless and motherless. Whereas your own children are in diaspora. Your own children are in safe haven. You tell us Biafra will come. Who told you Biafra will come in that manner? For conscientizing our people, we've done that enough. But we must follow the dictates of the United Nations principles as regards to self-determination of indigenous nations. From Article 1 to Article 50, you must follow it very meticulously and apply some sense of, because what is happening in the world today, you must follow trend. There is a whole lot of international politics being played, and Biafra is nowhere to be found when you want to play such politics. And you say you want Biafra. You say you want freedom. Every pro-independence group must begin to set up their international diplomacy department or committees. It is high time we must engage the world at this point in time. We are intelligent people. Biafra are God-gifted intelligence. We must negotiate our way out. Guns and bullets can never do the magic for us. But if God help us, a push gets to shove, then we have no other option than to defend ourselves. But at this point in time, it has not called for that. All we need to do is to begin to engage the world. You must set in motion every diplomatic measures where you must open and we must have something to negotiate as a banter for it. Freedom is not given, freedom is negotiated, and freedom is taken. De facto government of Biafra must sit up. Enough of this English. Aside your chairperson, Alhaji Mujahid Okubo, who has been fighting on his own as a loner. to see that something happened for our people. What has that government been able to do for the past years it has been set up? All they do is speak English. After you speak English, you go away. Come to IPOB. All they know is the fund embezzlement. You put our people, use our people as a bait to make money and reach yourself. You tell us you are fighting for Biafra. We must be ready to engage the world at this point in time. 2022 to 2023 year must be seen, something tangible must be seen done. If not, let us all pack up and go and relax and nurse our wounds if we are not ready for this emancipation, self-determination of it. On daily basis, our people are massacred on the streets of Biafra land. On daily basis, we are not welcomed in diaspora. Our people kill themselves in diaspora, and yet we do not see reasons that we must do this as an urgency. Biafra needs you right now. You that is listening, you that will listen to this audio, this video. Biafra needs you right now. Do not sit idle and think Biafra will be gotten on a platter. It is time for work, and work has come. Those of you, I'm just waiting after this primary elections of at least the two major political parties. Let's see what begets of Ndibo. Then we will know, if you not use your tongue to count your teeth, that Biafra is not for you. Then we will know, if you not use your tongue to count your teeth, that Biafra is for you. Nigeria has done so much against our people. Nigeria has committed a whole lot of atrocities against our people. We are no longer humans at this point in time. We'll be reduced to even more chicken. A chicken, I think, has some sense of dignity, at least, compared to what Biafrans have been subjected to in that damnation called Nigeria. But no matter how hot it is, no matter how hard we take it in, we must not self-inflict ourselves with injury. Today, Ali Igbo has turned into something else. Is this Biafra for Ali Igbo alone? No. So why have you decided to turn Ali Igbo into something else? Because of somebody tells you that if you do that, Biafra will come. And I tell you today, Biafra can never come even in donkey years. If you continue not to follow the rudiments, criteria as set up that is required to get Biafra, which concerns negotiating with the international communities, Biafra can never come. It is just two ways. There's no other way. Two ways only. Either diplomatic negotiations, or you go for outright war. Whoever defeats each other then becomes free. But you ask yourself, at this point in time, do we have what it takes as a people, Biafran people, to go into war? So why then do you bring war to our home? 1967, it was a defensive war we fought. We were killed in our millions. We still don't learn, and we are not ready to learn. Anyone who tells you war will give us Biafra should first of all tell you where he or she has prepared, what he or she has prepared for it. It doesn't end with your hand-picked, snatched rifles from the police and the army that you use to destroy our land today. And you think Biafra, that is how war comes. That is not, this is a child's play compared to when war comes. Ask Ukraine what is happening today. As mighty as Ukraine is not a pushover. You may be underrating them because of the force they are against, which is Russia. But Ukraine is not a pushover as a country when it comes to military might. But today you see what is happening. You see the politics being played by NATO and the European Union. Is it what you think will happen for Biafra? Those whom you think will come to your rescue, they will not come. Rather, they will be against you, even supply arms to your opponents to kill, because those people has what it takes to negotiate with them, which is your own crude oil. How much have you been able, as a people, the Biafran people, how much have we been able to gather, at least understand the roadmap as to what we are supposed to do? All we do is praise singing of one individual or anybody who just talk about Biafra, then you praise sing on that person, and you tell me Biafra will come. Those on the side of IPOB who praise sing on a single on an individual. What has been happening since you all left, your own leader left or has been incarcerated? Noise, stop, fighting here and there, up and down. Do you build a country or a nation under a man? And then what happens after that man, the death of that man or otherwise? Biafran people must be seen to be ready at this point in time. 2023 is a deadline, is a red line. 2023 is the red line. If we are not doing something tangible and we are not getting the presidency of Nigeria, at least an Igbo man sitting for the occupy, not that is going to do anything, of course. Nigeria is irredeemable. Then 2023 is the red line. If we are not prepared to cross that red line 2023, then we will better go and sit down instead of killing our children on the road, sacrificing our youth on a daily basis. Sacrificing our youth on a daily basis in the pretense that we are looking for Biafra, just to negotiate your pockets. Every pro-independence group is complicit in this manner. You churn out the youths, tell them one thing or the other to do a civil disobedience, and then Biafra will come. Yet they kill us in numbers and no results. All you do is to negotiate popularity contests and also negotiate your pulse. This is the truth. This is where we say it the way it is. We do not mind. If you like, listen. If you do not like, don't listen. We are not bothered. We are not here to look for followers. We are here to cause spade. Spade. Say it the way it will be bitter to your ear, but it is your soul. It heals your mind. It sanitizes your mind. You, that youth that is carrying gun up and down, saying enforcing sit at home, have you asked yourself how much sit at home will give you Biafra? You're only self-inflicting yourself with injuries, destroying your economy, burning down properties, killing, maiming your people, and you tell us Biafra will come. We must understand, self-determination is a political game. We must play this politics as a people who are well read. We must play this politics as a people who understands where we are heading to. That is the truth. We will not continue in this faction. This faction can never lead to Biafra. It is no road to Biafra. We must not continue in this manner. Every pro-independence group must see reasons to come together. You must throw away your personal interest if of a true you are looking for freedom. We all must unite on that table and fashion out the roadmap to restore Biafra. You cannot do it individually. What is bigger than you is bigger than you. Biafra is indeed bigger than you. Until we begin to understand the need, the sole need to engage the world, we must put our money where our mouth is. For the fact we cannot afford gun battle war at this point in time, then we must be able to afford negotiating with the international community on this light. Do not tell me Biafra is too small that we cannot govern ourselves. It is not true. How many is some European countries today? Estonia is how many? And Poland is how many? and some other African countries, and even the Americas. How many are they in population and landmark? If you're just joining us, this is The Truth on Bayab Television. And Bayab Television is a TV channel owned by the Biafra National Council. What we are discussing today is self-determination procedure as supported by the United Nations. That's what we are discussing today. A whole lot has happened over time. We do not know where to and where from. How we do, that is what we do. No focus, no roadmap. Anybody just wake up from anywhere, they tell you they want to be Biafra. Ask the person, what is your state and roadmap? Do not take from no as an answer that I know one, the other person know 200 process to get to Biafra. That is bunkum. We must lay the card on the table. It is not your Biafra, it is our own Biafra. Hence, you must be expressive to us. You must open up. Today, Biafra has been bastardized. Biafra agitation has been bastardized. It is now survival of the fittest. Whoever can defeat each other, whoever can defeat group A or group B, and then emerge superior, and then start collecting basically money from our people. Biafra has been turned to merchandise, a franchise of some sort, where they trade blood money with the soul and the lives of our people just for what you can earn or what you can get. Most of the leaders of these pro-independence groups are not truthful. They are not truthful. I can tell you one of the most truthful person, but who is very clueless though. It is Benjamin Walker BZN. This is a leader who stays at the front and leads his people. I call him a leader. He is a leader indeed. But of course, he is clueless as to what to be done. And he must understand, wherever he is, I think he's still in jail, incarceration. He must understand the time is now. Hence, he has that leadership charisma to lead at the front. But he must sit with others on the round table and discuss way forward and a roadmap, and then we'll go and get Biafra. It's not a mirage, it's not a rocket science how to get Biafra. We cannot be churning out intelligentsias year out, and then we still remain in this cocoon. Rigmaroling, keep turning in circles in the name of getting freedom. Whereas we massacre people, our lives and properties are in danger in that contraption called Nigeria today. Biafra must be gotten any means, shape, or form. Biafra must be gotten any means, shape, or form. We have paid the supreme sacrifice already. Millions are falling, and millions are still going to fall for the freedom and self-determination of the Biafran nation. But we must not put that at the forefront at this point in time, as in war. Those of our youths that are being massacred today, if we keep them safe and begin to do what is needed of us, and when the right time comes for self-defense comes, then we can deploy them to action. But here we are, those who are foot soldiers, we continue to push them into the war front, into the theater, and then they are sacrificed, killed in their numbers for just our gratifications and what will enter into our pockets. If you are joining in, please, I implore you, please share this broadcast so that it will go far and wide for our people to learn and listen. A whole lot of our youths, the mind of our youths have been damaged in Biafra land. The minds of our youths have been damaged in Biafra land. It will take a whole lot of work to reconscientize them to sense or to reasons. Self-determination will not come for Biafra when you close your shops. No matter the sit at home, no matter the civil disobedience you continue to do, it can never give you Biafra. This is Black Africa. We are talking of Africa here. It can never give you Biafra. If you like, kill, sacrifice as many of your kings and kin, it will never give you Biafra. Biafra will never be seen even a milestone. The line will be open. If you do have something to say, please do call us through WhatsApp. The numbers to call on WhatsApp is +44 7448 818829. The number again, I repeat, is +44 7448 818829. If you check your screen, you see the number scrolling past on your screen. This is the truth on Biafra Biaf television. There are procedures for self-determination. One is to conscientize our people, to get them prepared for what is to come, which I think kudos to IPOB, we've been able to do that reasonably. I'm not against IPOB in all their policies or principles, but I'm against what some of their leaders, so-called leaders, do by endangering the lives of our people just to make money or cheap popularity. IPOB has been able to conscientize our people. Kudos to them. But now the nitty-gritty comes. One is to conscientize our people, to get them prepared for what is to come. Two, we must engage diplomacy. Diplomatically, we must engage. Discuss with international bodies, discuss with international organizations, discuss with sovereign nations as to how we can negotiate, how they can support. If need be, they come take all this crude oil and let us get freedom. That would be best for us. That is what is lacking behind, that no group has been able to do. In as much as you prepare for self-defense, but you must have the wherewithal to negotiate, even with the Nigerian state, when push comes to shove. You must have what it takes to negotiate. Tell me any pro-independence group that can hit their hand on the chest and boast that they have discussed with one country A or country B as to the freedom of our people. Tell me one. None of you. No. But year in, year out, these persons, they embezzle our people from their hard-earned currencies in the name of Biafra pursuit, just to buy properties here and there, chase women here and there. That's what they know. And they tell you Biafra will come. We're only deceiving ourselves. We are only deceiving ourselves. Not until we do the needful. And what is the needful we must do? We must come together as a people. Every pro-independence group must come together. It's a must in capital letter. You must come together and chart a new course. You must come together to draft a roadmap, a very practicable and concise roadmap as to getting freedom. If you fail to do this, and you continue to push our youth into anarchy, they will get killed. And when they get killed, you render our land of the grace and the glory of these youths. These are the same youths, if push comes to shove, that you will be needed to self-defense, to defend your land. Now you are killing them, sacrificing them like chicken because you want to gain personal gratification and aggrandizement. We must come together as a people. We must speak in one voice. We must understand the way, the roadmap, where we want to head or where we are headed to. And then we pursue it vigorously. Give it 5 years, Biafra will be seen, or if not near, independent. Just after 5 years. When we do what we are supposed to do. And Biafra, de facto government must lead the road. It is a must. Most of our leadership are just talkatives. We pontificate, speak English, and then it ends there. Tell us what has been done in the past 1 year. That the de facto government has been better. Aside the leadership, at least I'm privy to know what he has done as an individual. Every other leaders of Biafra de facto government, tell us what you have done. Show us the record. Because there is a vacuum, that is why you see IPOB is messing everything up for every one of us. Because you have not been able to fill that space, that void. There's no alternative for our people to succor or to fall back to. That is why you see our youth. IPOB is dead already. Capitally dead and buried. But our youths are still hanging on there because there is no alternative. Biafra National Council and de facto government must provide alternative. It's a must. If you are not ready, then let's pack shop. Everybody go back to your businesses and work. Then we'll remain enslaved in perpetuity. This is not the time to talk beautifully. This is not the time to speak beautiful nonsense English, you call it. This is the time it has called, is a call for action. It is a call for action. Every one of us must understand the urgency, because after 2023, of course, the possibility of a Biafran assuming as the president of the damnation court, Nigeria, it is very slim. Even if when you get it, what will be the difference? But the Rubicon, the red flag, is 2023. Every pro-independence group must be seen to be prepared for what is to come. You must be seen to be prepared for what is to come. It's a challenge I throw to every pro-independence group. You must bring out your scorecard. Let Biafrans know the much you've done that is factual and verifiable. Don't tell us that it is something secrecy. The world will not dwell in secret anymore. Don't tell us it is what you've done behind the back. They don't want it. It is a lie. The world will not dwell in secrecy anymore. Politics of the world is in the open. It's either you play it or you pay the consequences, the price for not playing it. We must come together as a people. We must chart a new course and provide a practical roadmap. There is no pro-independence group, including the de facto government, IPOB, PIM, MASOP, that has a practicable roadmap that you can lay your hands and say that this is the roadmap they have been pursuing, and they've gotten even item 1 or item 2 on that roadmap. None, but none. None. Then you continue to deceive our gullible youths, you throw them on the streets, you close our shops and markets, you tell our parents not to come to trade their business to earn a living for the day. You tell us it is Biafra, and Biafra. Is that Biafra? Will Biafra come that way? The practicality as to what you have done, you must show us evidence that points to it. You must show us, every group must provide a roadmap. Let Biafrans know your roadmap. Excuse me. Show Biafrans your roadmap. It's no longer dilly-dally, hide and seek. Just to buy time and waste our time. Any group that is not ready should close shop. Go and sit down, my friend. We are talking of Biafra here, and lives and souls are being taken on daily basis on the streets of Biafra land. And you do not see the exigency, the urgency to get the job done to free our people. At least let's control our region. You must begin to tell us what you intend to do in practical terms, date that you intend to achieve this as a proposal. Gone are the days where you just churn out, you carry everybody, oh, you shout on the air, and then Biafra comes, and there are people who start contributing money for you. And every member of Biafran state today, every indigenous persons of Biafra cease to contribute, do not contribute any time to anybody anymore, be it any whatever group it is, until they give us a blueprint as to what should be done. Until they understand that there is a roadmap, a procedure that you must follow to get freedom. And they must tell us in practical terms how it is achievable. Don't write beautiful English on papers and send to people to read and tell us it is practical. 2022 to 2023, it is that season. The red flag season, the Rubicon. That is what it is. That is where we determine if we will remain as a Nigerian or if we will good as to get our freedom, pending on what we can do, ushering into 2023. Pending on what we can do, ushering into 2023, as a way of what is practical, as a roadmap that you must tender, allow people to criticize and get input, and we all must come to a table and sit together and say this is a course that we must chart and this is the way forward. And then we'll go and pursue it. I inclusive. If all this is not happening, it is good as closing shop. Every one of us go back to status quo. Let's begin to suffer in Nigeria, instead of killing our youths on a daily basis without tangible thing at hand that points to freedom. And most of you who have soiled your hands, you must desist from Biafran cause. If your hands is tainted with blood, Biafra can never come through you in whatever capacity you function or you serve, so-called serve. If you have embezzled Biafra money, you must desist from it. Your hands are soiled. You can never get Biafra. You are not among the choosing. If you are sold Biafra in one way or the other, your hands are soiled. You are not part of the men or the people who will get Biafra. You must desist and go and sit down. You must say it the way it is. You do not embezzle the monies, hard-earned monies, which I term blood money that people has contributed for the soul of the departed, just to honor them for Biafra to come, and then you embezzle these funds. You fly here and there, junkate here and there to chase women, buy properties here and there, and you tell us Biafra will come. Any idiots comes up and tell us Biafra, Biafra, and they will junkate and follow that person. This is the truth on Biafra television. It is where we see it bare. If Biafra National Council tomorrow goes astray, this same platform, despite it's owned by Biafra National Council, we will decimate them. I don't give a damn to it. We'll say it the way it is. n'ihi na emewe ọkụ otele ya ala. If your hands is soiled in blood, if you have embezzled Biafra, you are not called for this job. You must exit. So that the people can put their hearts together and go and get their freedom. Self-determination is a must for indigenous people of Biafra. It's a must call. And I want to tell us today, as much as you keep talking on the radio, keep talking on the TV, without action, backed up action, physically, tangibly, that is seen geared towards this restoration cause, then we're always in our time. Then we'll become TV broadcasters and radio broadcasters, and it ends there. This is not a platform we beg for followers, no. We do not beg for people to subscribe. All we want is clip sharing, please, so that people, this message can get to the nook and crannies as we want it. If you are a hater of truth, do not come to this platform. And we call names here. We call names here. And if you know the one I've done, say it. And I believe that is the only way we can begin to hold accountable all these shenanigans that is happening to Biafra. Biafra has turned to merchandise. A call that took away millions of lives. A journey for the past 1967 to date that has claimed millions of lives and properties. Then we'll come, we rigmarole. After talking beautifully, then he ends there. All works remains undone. The line is open if you so wish to call. Those who are listening to this program, if you wish to call, you can call on WhatsApp with this number, +447448818829. I repeat, +447448818829. This is the line to call on WhatsApp. If you wish to have your own contributions as to what we are discussing, type it, which is self-determination procedure as supported by United Nations. War can give you Biafra, yes. But are you strong? Are you ready? Do you have what it takes militarily to do the job and to sustain it for years? Not just having to prepare. You do it, and then after a few months, you start to defend, fight a defensive war. No, you must go for the offensive. Do you have what it takes at the point in time Biafra has not? And then you think you want to go into guerrilla warfare, you will end up destroying your own land. Because where you want to hide is your own place. Will you go and hide in Kano? Do you know the route? Do you know the terrain? For you to make a guerrilla warfare in Kano or in Abuja? Of course, guerrilla warfare is always in your domain. At the end, you end up having Nigeria destroy that same place whom those people who you claim you want to fight for. And of course, if you continue to close your shops in the name of sit at home, you continue to cajole our people, enforce it at home, kill, massacre our people in the name of your enforcing it at home, then you are only wasting your time. Biafra can never come in that manner. Only those who are upright in their hearts, who are sincere enough, even when they do not have that courage, but for the fact you are sincere and you are ready to give it all, you will get Biafra. You get Biafra. Apart from that, Biafra will not come. It is two ways, I said. Either you engage diplomatically, discuss with countries of the world, and get those who will side you in one way or the other, and then, or the alternative, full-fledged outright war. Make a choice. Are you prepared for war? Do you have the capacity to engage it? If you claim that the little audacious you've done You meet your talisman or you meet your native doctors to do whatever fortifications you think you've done. Guns still literates. And if you think there is any country who is going to support you when you go for war, a case in sight is Ukraine at this point in time. It is Ukraine at this point in time. As much as Ukraine believed that NATO will come of their rescue, will be of their rescue, what is the case today? They are being massacred in their thousands. That is to tell you that the world has no soul. That is to tell you the kind of politics the world plays. So we are left with one alternative: diplomacy. How many pro-independence groups have prepared diplomatically? Capital none, but none, no one. What is the works that has been done in preparation for diplomacy to engage and discuss with countries of the world? But none, no pro-independence group have done that. Excuse me. But none. But year in, year out, day in, day out, all you see on social media is ranting, telling us Biafra this, Biafra that, and Biafra this, whereas you are not doing the work needed. Call me tomorrow, I will join you, no matter the platform, provided you have a well-articulated and practical roadmap for us to work on. And then we'll go and get Biafra. 5 years, 95 years, 5 years it will take. And BNC is on that road though. But it is not enough. BNC is not doing enough. De facto government is not doing at all, apart from, with exception to their leadership. IPOB of a fact is a joke, dead and buried. It's a one-man's business show. Playing to the gallery, buying cheap publicity, aggrandizing whatever money you can find to cater for your foolish lifestyle, stupendous foolish lifestyle. All you hear from IPOB, they bought house, they stole money, they did this, they did that, they do. No good thing comes out of the IPOB since we left there. 2017. No good thing. And then the youths are being churned out in the streets, taking this risk to kill themselves in the name of enforcing state at home. Today, Ali was turned to a terrorism ground. Children now use the skull of a disease who they macheted to play football. That is what we've turned our people into. That is what we've turned our people into. Enough is indeed enough. If you want Biafra, you must sit on the round table. Every pro-independence group must come together. It's a must. Failure to do this, you can never get Biafra. Be it de facto government, be it indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, be it Biafra National Council, be it MASSOB. Every one of you must come to the round table. And then we must practically discuss with time frame. Point A to point B should be done like this. And then this is the time frame to get it done. We start work and get it done. Not half works everywhere. Half works everywhere. And some are not even doing any work at all. All they do is to levy our people and get money from them. The idiot called Nnamdi Kanu. All he does is to levy our people and get money from them. And you wonder why Biafra is taking donkey years to come. How many years now? Aside 1970 to even the era of break. Count from 1999 to date. How many years now? Are we close to, do I say, even 1 million miles to Biafra, capital no? We've not even made a baby step. Yes, the consciousness for Biafra is already vibrating back home. People have been conscientized in that light. But have we gone past that stage? No group have been able to do that. No group have been able to do that. Indeed, we must understand that it will not be business as usual. 2023 is that year that will a determine year that will determine if Nigeria is for us or if indeed we want to be Biafra. 2023. And the preparation starts now. And I want to encourage as many as those who are in the political corridor that call themselves political elites who have sold us out. You must begin to understand that Nigeria is not for you. Because what is happening today, the politics being played between the two major political parties on how to feed a northerner or not to feed an Igbo man, you can see for yourself what is to come. You are all begging for crumbs, whereas you are supposed to be the master. Biafra is a spirit, and only he who are spiritually concerned, when I mean spiritually conscious, it is not by going to your dibia to do odeshi. It's not by going to your talisman to give you one charm or the other, but it is spiritually conscious that your soul and mind, that your memory, that your mind is for Biafra to seek that which our people have laid their lives for, which is freedom, absolutely. If it is not that, count me out. If it is not that, count me out. Please, if you are just joining this program or you are listening even after when the program has ended, please kindly do us a favor by sharing this platform, sharing this broadcast so that it gets far and wide. And also, you may please subscribe so that and click your notification button so that whenever we come on live like this, you will be able to connect. This is Bayaf Television. My name is Christian Wosu. I'm anchoring this program, The Truth. The Truth is a platform where we say it the way it is. We do not mind whose horse is God. We do not mind whose group we belong to or the group we do not belong to. We call it out the way it is. If you are a hater of truth, do not come here because it will bite your ears. But as much as it bites your ears, it suits the heart and it heals your mind. This is the truth. We have not come to speak beautiful English. We have come to call it out, say it the way it is, and to chart a new course for our people to understand that this rascality we are committing back home, that these shenanigans we do in the name of enforcing it at home, that this nonsense we do that has turned our land in Alipo into war zone, into death trap, that must cease to stop. It must stop because it's no road to freedom at all. It's no road to freedom. It is no road to freedom at all. Every group who claims that they are looking for independence or self-determination of Biafra, is it what's it called, LNC or whatever group, whatever it is called of late? Is it BIM Masop? Is it de facto government? Is it Biafra National Council? Is it IPOB? Whatever group you've called yourself, this is the time you must sit up. Because 2023 is the determining year. And you must be prepared in ushering that 2023 in a good faith. It is. We must understand the time, the urgency of time. We must understand the necessity at this point in time that we've come too far that we can never go back. But we must tell ourselves the truth. We must take stock at this point in time to know what we've been able to achieve all these years, that all these groups have been clamoring for pro-independence, self-determination of Biafra. What they've been able to do. It is a scorecard time, 2022. Do not tell us that you are keeping it in confidence. Nothing at all. The world no longer play confidence politics. Everything is laid to bear. If you want to choose, you choose. If you don't want to choose, you forget about it. That is the world politics today. It is those who are liars, those who are never do well, those who do not have your freedom at heart, those who have come to merchandise Biafra, those are the people who tell you that everything is in confidence. It is not true. They tell you they know 10, the other person know 1. How can you know all to restore Biafra? Who are you? We must sit together as a people. We must chart a new course and draft a way forward as a roadmap, practicable way forward as a roadmap, and we must be able to put time frame to it. In 5 years, if Biafra do not come, you know that I'm not a Christian. Just 5 years. If we do the work diligently, fight the fight diligently, and we must win. 5 years. Not this long journey we've been taking since 1999 to date. 5 years, Nani, not just 5 years. And every Biafran who understands the urgency of this must key into this. You must. Enough is enough where you use sentiments. Freedom can never be gotten with sentiments. Enough is enough where these people divide us as a people. These merchandisers in the name of freedom leaders, of freedom agitators. They divide us, they tell you are IPOB, you are BASOB, you are BNC, you are that. We are all Biafrans. And I believe your interest or my interest is how we can be free from the condemnation, the damnation called Nigeria. Yet they have succeeded in dividing us just like the politicians. And of course, they are politicians at night. Enough is enough that will bring sentiments as far as freedom matter is concerned. Because when you act sentimentally, you get to miss the track. You must be tactfully and diplomatically follow this course. We are all Biafrans. Nobody is more Biafran than the other. And nobody should control the other. And those of you Satan has used in the form of IPOB to cause mayhem in our land, you must reap the fruit of your labor, just as I've said 2 days back in this program. You kill, you think you will not die. You kill an innocent and you think you will not die. You behead an innocent and you think you will give birth to children tomorrow and your children will not die or be beheaded. Because he who kills by the sword must die by the sword. A young youth in your 20s, in your prime, in your 30s, and in your 40s, instead of you to look for what can sustain your life, to better your life, all you do is to engage in gun racketing. Naturally, Nchoncho kidnapping. Nchoncho kidnapping of 1 million, 2 million, just as the idiots rose to my community the other day. Come to my community and let's see if you go free. You think it is also? Come! Actually, choncho, kidnapping up and down, beheading those who they see them as political enemies or freedom fighters or enemies. Idiocy everywhere. You have soiled your hands in blood. Hence, you have soiled your hands and you refuse to repent. And that person who has engineered you is sitting far away in Europe or in America, in diaspora, in Asia, and constituting users, telling you to go and constitute users. Their own children and brothers are not in the forefront with you. You are risking your life and you make your mother a childless woman. If they ask you, have you not asked them why is Fine Boy not on the forefront? Carrying arms. But rather, Fine Boy is driving SUVs bought by your own money. Built a house bought by your own money. When we say it this way, you think we are against them. We are not against them. These are my flesh and bloods. These are my flesh and blood. But we must call what is wrong, call spade a spade and not a fork. They engineer you have morale. Every little idiot now is a Curtis tobacco. You have morale, go ask, have you asked them why are they not at the forefront? Those you are killing, maiming, cutting their heads, use their heads to play football, are they not your flesh and blood? Same Igbo men or same Biafra. Even when they are in the police, are they the one against you? They are not. Just because you've been psyched to do this and claiming or thinking that Biafra will come. 200 years Biafra can never come, even when you continue and massacre even the whole of your community. Biafra will never come. Nobody give a damn to it. You only kill yourself and then you bury yourselves. No one give a damn. No one cares. The time is now. You must drop your weapons, at least keep it in a safe zone, even when you are preparing for self-defense. This, what you are doing now, is not self-defense. When you are preparing for self-defense, you do it quietly without publishing it on social media. That is what you do. It is not everything you bear on social media, just to score points. Biafra is a spirit. Just the way God is, so is Biafra. You must serve in truth and spirit. If you embezzle Biafra money, you are not called for this job. You are just a merchandiser. QED. If you have taken life and spilled blood of your own, you are not called for this job. You are just one who is led astray and will bear the consequences thereof. In going forward, Biafrans must understand it is two ways to get freedom, as I repeat. It is either diplomatically, you discuss with diplomatic nations, sovereign nations to negotiate your way out, or you go outright war. And that war, you are not ready at this point in time. You do not have the capacity or what it takes to sustain it. Why bring war to your home? The procedures for self-determination has been laid bare. Even Nigeria, you can negotiate your way out of it also. We must have that jokers. Just like in sports, say these are playmakers. You must have those playmakers who has the charisma, who knows what to do. And do not, those of you who sit tight, you know nothing, you cannot do anything, but yet you just want to arrogate powers to yourself or become the leader for this pursuit for Biafra freedom, and you do not want to allow those who understand and know what to do to be engaged into this job. You must give way. Enough of this merchandiser in this trouble. Enough of it. There are people who wants to come in to help, but because you sit tight, you are gathering your space, protecting your space, challenging one another. Whereas what is the core is suffering, which is the freedom of our people, the self-determination of our people. All in the name of it is your shop, Biafran shop. You embezzle, extort money from our people just to form fine boy and buy the best of houses and flirt with the best of women. Anya ka the idiot jere Kenya ime eji ejide ka ọkụkọ. Nwoke na-ezu ike. No sense of time, no sense of self-discipline. This struggle, you must have discipline. It is only with discipline, outright discipline, even when it is not comfortable for you at that point in time, but because you have the focus, you have where you are heading to, you have the practical steps that lead you to that point. That is when you are disciplined, you engage in and remain in discipline until you get what job done. And when you get job done, people will honor you. I know my people, their friends are good people. They will honor you. Ojukwu did not get us Biafra. He is honored in this, even in death. We refer him as an internal leader. Not to talk of when a team of men or women gather themselves and be able to give us freedom. Don't you know what is to come? You must be disciplined. Mentally disciplined. Frivolities is not for us. And you followers must be disciplined also. Do not use sentiments to begin to praise-sing. That is why your praise-singing is making these people to go away thinking they've arrived. When you praise-sing them for nothing, they've not done nothing, they go haywire just for talking on TV or talking on radio the way I'm talking now. You begin to praise-sing me. I will tell you that that is what we need. This is the truth on Biafra television. We'll say it the way it is. We'll say it the way it is here. The followers, Biafrans, must be disciplined enough. Do not present nobody because they've done nothing. From being my sub-leader to the least person today has done practically nothing for Biafra. None has done anything. If they've done, let them show us what they've been able to do. Is it catering us or telling our people that it is time to go and get freedom? Is it what the job you think they've done? Don't we know even before they came out that we want freedom? Or are they the only ones seeing the suffering? Aren't we the people who are bearing this brunt of suffering from Nigeria? And then you praising them and then they go haywire thinking they've arrived. You contribute money to them to embezzle. Every idiot comes on social media today, wants to embezzle, wants to be popular. Who told you that is what we want? Biafra has become a merchandise for anybody to trade on. Stop fighting one another, Biafrans, for these people. They are merchandisers. Businessmen in pro-independence color. You sow your soul on the platter. You take an oath on an individual, not for Biafra. You sow your soul on a platter for another idiot to embezzle and to present him, for him to be popular, and for him to amass wealth for him and his children and children. Whereas a blood money that you've given to them, you commit your life on the streets of Biafra land. You are killed like chicken. Your parents are crying on daily basis, gnashing their teeth for losing their son or their children. Enough of this sit at home, and enough of this rascality you call Anongome. Enough of it. We must understand what doing is what doing well. In getting Biafra, there are principles that set down, laid down principles that is you must follow for freedom. Internationally accepted principles, procedures, methodologies that you must follow for freedom. Yes, you may somehow navigate around all those procedures, whichever shape or form that suits you. But those cardinal principles and procedures must be followed. If not, you are headed to Golgotha. You can never get Biafra in 100 years' time. And anyone that pushes you to say to commit your soul, your life on the platter, for them to be free, thinking, telling you, cajoling you that it is the way to freedom, it is a lie. Ask that person to bring their own relatives first. Fine boy should be at the forefront. Emmanuel Kanu should be at the forefront. Those who are sponsoring you. Is it the other idiot who calls himself Chicken to say should bring his brothers and sisters, even his children, even him to return home to face it, to be at the forefront? They do not push you to commit your soul, to kill, to be killed on the platter, for them to amass wealth, aggrandize, embezzle all what you've contributed to them. Oh, call you my friend. Those of you back home. You will be the one who will bear the brunt. If you like, think. If you don't like, forget it. What matters at this point in time is to take stock. Every Biafrans must begin to ask their own platforms. Are you a member of IPB? Ask them over the years what have we succeeded in doing. If they lie to you, ask them to give you proof, evidence that points to fact, not propaganda. Are you a member of de facto government? Ask yourself what has been the progress recorded. Are you a member of Big Myself? Ask yourself the progress recorded and be truthful to yourself, because this is the only thing we have. Truth. Biafra is truth. Truth is Biafra. Cut short of this, Biafra can never come. Cut short of this, Biafra can never come, even in 200 years' time. Ezioku Bondo. That time has passed where they segregate, where they make us see ourselves as enemies because we are one faction or the other, calling ourselves groups, pro-independence groups, to the benefit of the idiots who are the leaders of these groups. I may be very blunt. This is how I speak. Because I do not paint. I do not sugarcoat or romance it to be beautiful for you to accept it. No. I'm not cut out for that, because this platform is the truth. God bless us. We'll come your way some other time. Good night and have a nice time. The program has come to an end. My name is Christian Wosu. Please, if you come across this broadcast, please do share far and wide, through WhatsApp, through YouTube, through Facebook. Share it across board so that people get to listen, and then we'll make sense of this. Thank you and have a nice time. Good night.